Good morning. We're fortunate this morning to have Jason Knox with us and from Home Heating, and we would like for you, Jason, just to tell us a little about yourself and your background, family, company, etc.
Well, my name is Jason Knox, as you stated. I'm from Hughesville, Missouri, born and raised. Went to Northwest High School, so haven't traveled far. I have three wonderful children. Live here in the Sedalia area still. Worked for Home Heating for about the last 3 years. Learned a lot about the HVAC in those 3 years. Home Heating, of course, has been around almost 60 years, I believe. So we kind of know what's going on around the town. We're very involved in the community, as long as my family as well. So we're just glad to be here.
Thank you, Jason. The things I wanted to talk to you about this morning, as I think we're all starting to notice that it's starting to get cool outside a little, and people are walking over to their thermostats and throwing that switch that's between cool and heat. Could you tell us just a little bit about maybe some of the things we need to be aware of and how the heating and air professional can be of help?
Yes, for sure. Leading into winter, there's a lot of things that you want to look at, safety-wise, and getting your furnace ready for winter. When you're looking at an HVAC system, you look for things like your air filters, of course. And of course, what we like to say is when you change your air filters, and we'd like to do that, every 3 months is good if you keep everything clean. You want to check your smoke detectors and carbon monoxide detectors. So for sure, in the wintertime leading up to them, that's a good idea. Check your air filters. When you're down there checking your air filter too, it's a good idea to check for debris around your furnace. A lot of times in the summertime, you get moving things around, stuff from outside comes inside, you're throwing it downstairs. A lot of furnaces, air handlers are in the basement, and things get crowded around them. So you want to try to keep that area clean. At the same time, you want to make sure all your vents are open. So when you're going through your house, make sure you don't have magazines, a table that you've moved that you bought over the summertime, sitting over those vents. You don't want to restrict that airflow. Also in the wintertime, a lot of people have humidifiers. So when you're looking at humidification, you want to look at your humidifiers. Check them, check the filter in your humidifier. They need to be changed every so often. And then you just kind of want to, say you have an air conditioner. A lot of times, we have air conditioners outside, we also have heat pumps. If you're not utilizing your outdoor unit in the wintertime, it's good to cover it. It keeps the weather and all that off of there. You want to check your thermostat. A lot of people, they wait till it gets cold and then they turn it on, right? And then all of a sudden there's a problem. How about on those cool days when you don't want to turn it on when it's 95 degrees, but if it's a cool morning, go ahead and switch that over to heat. Check your furnace. Check, in any part of it. You want to check your thermostat. It's a good time to program your thermostat. Programming your thermostat really helps with your efficiency as well. Those are a lot of things that you want to look for. And of course, you want to have it serviced, especially in the wintertime leading up to, whether it be gas issues, igniter, sensor, stuff like that in your furnace. That's something that a professional needs to look at. So whether you sign up for preventive maintenance or just a one-time service call, it's good to get somebody out there that knows what they're doing to look over your furnace and check all those features and problems that could arise.
Jason, let me ask you, what is the most common problem that you professionals run into regarding furnaces when it changes over?
Well, depending on the age of the system, a lot of things we run into, whether it could be a cracked heat exchanger, which of course is your carbon monoxide. They rust, and then they sit there all summer. You're not ready for it, and then you fire it up, and all of a sudden, you get a distinct problem. Whether it be that, a lot of times we see igniters. Little things like that on a furnace lead to bigger problems. So it's hard for a regular person that doesn't know much about HVAC to inspect. That's why we recommend at least going into winter to get a professional to come in and look at that system, because there are a lot of parts in that furnace and a lot of issues that can arise. and especially depending on the age of it.
Jason, thank you. You've answered one of my questions I had here. When is the right time to have the professional come in? Do you necessarily need them twice a year or what have you? So you kind of covered that. Of course, our systems tend to sit there and run very dependably. We tend to ignore them probably. What point in today's world do you recommend upgrades on heating systems in particular?
Well, you're exactly right about not noticing. A lot of people don't even notice their heat and air system because it's running correctly, right? But as soon as there's a problem, it's the first thing that you think of. When we get 95 degrees outside and we get a call, it needs to be fixed now, right? So it's not thought about until it is, and when it is, it's usually pretty serious. It's something that customers want you to get right on. A good time is really when your system is underperforming, and that's why when you hit on doing a seasonal maintenance or preventive maintenance plan, that's what you look at. You find a company that you can trust, that's reputable, and a lot of times your preventive maintenance plans, you don't pay much more for that company and that professional to come out twice a year compared to a one-time service. You get to know that professional, build a relationship with them, and then when Dave comes out and says, listen, it's this winter, I checked everything out for the summer, but that furnace this winter might be something you might want to get prepared for. And with that, then you can prepare yourself, whether you're saving money back or looking at your options to be able to do something to make a change. A professional can tell you when your system is underperforming. It's also on the efficiency. A lot of it has to do with the age of the equipment. If you have a system with the new technology and the new things and the way that a lot of systems are running, the new technology, these systems run so much more efficient that you really need to have somebody come out and they can do an assessment on your system, and then therefore they can give you the options to kind of show you this is how much you could save, this is how much your upfront investment would be, whether it's geothermal, whether it's VRF, whether it's just a standard split system. Those are the options that you can be given, and then make your decision from there.
Okay, well, Jason, I think you've given us some really good information. I think it's probably going to help all of us. Like I say, of course, we all like when our system is running well and we don't have to worry about it.
We like our system when we're not thinking about it.
Jason, it's time for that question, that who'da thunk it question. When you were 10 years old, what did you want to be?
Baseball player. No questions asked. My hero was Bo Jackson, hence why my youngest son's name was Bo. Wife made it Bo D. We had to change it a little bit, but I want to be a baseball player. I love baseball. I actually played soccer all growing up. I played all sports, but I was best in soccer, and it frustrated me so much because all I wanted to do was be the best baseball player I could be.
Did you play baseball at Northwest? I
did. I played Little League all growing up. Hughesville, Houstonia has a great tradition of baseball, as well as Northwest. And grew up playing. Wasn't the best, but loved it. And I just have always enjoyed it, enjoyed watching it. We still, of course, go to a lot of Royals games. We like to go to Omaha Storm Chaser games. Of course, we love the city of Omaha. But we do that as a family. It's a fun pastime, of course, and it's America's pastime. But no, it was baseball. No questions asked. I was going to be a baseball player. If I wasn't going to be a baseball player, I was going to be a baseball player.
There you go. Who'd have thunk it?
Yep.
Jason, we really appreciate you taking time from your busy schedule to come in and help the people that watch our quick hits. And so we will look forward to continuing relationship with you.
Well, I hope I was helpful, and I appreciate you bringing me in.